Good morning, David. Good morning, sir. 102. I love them naps. Recovery sites if you go in. Oh, yeah. People from the different insurance carriers. Jimmy's also going to help people who have NFIP flood policies to be able to file those claims. I see you've been keeping the band warm over here, Junior. Roger. Give me a second. I'm pulling out a couple of my Hypermax towers. Firehouse Subs, Burger King, Four Rivers Smokehouse, and Maria Oyster Bar, Texas Roadhouse, and we think many more. I think I hear Australia in there now.
Back to work. Everybody, work.
You'll be able to avail yourself of some really good. Looking at it now. And I can't figure out why. Could it be the interest rate? Could it be the gasoline? Could it be the groceries? Could it be the could it be anything? You voted for that son of a bitch, and this is what you get. To do that, of course, it's too early to know. I got a copy on that 189 New Hampshire. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to tell you, they have a good thing. Mega! To Florida to activate the Florida Disaster Fund, where people can donate. It's much better to donate financially than to send items, and we really. Hey, Chris. So my boss Aaron called me. He's like, what time you plan on heading in today? He's like, they'll close till 10. I'll leave about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Get there, get time to get everything done. And then on top of all that, we got weather. You're thinking it's going to take you longer, and it's like, no. I think he's just making sure that I knew it was a nighttime one. Or, I don't know. Just making sure I was going to go. I don't know. Weird. 75th in the cow. Stay strapped or get clapped. You want to contribute to www.rivers.org. By a deer right now. Not the complete thing, but enough to make you get to yourself. Oh, that sucks. Okay. He was trying to get that whole thing done when I smashed it. They put Texas 2022 on it. I know it's more than that. I'm not an old guy, but I do know you need more numbers than that. Those who want to come volunteer in person, that's another way where you can really be helpful.
Good evening, everybody. The 1122 Wingnut out here on the side.
Hey, Wingnut, how you doing? You want to see?
I'm all right. How you doing, Chris?
All is well out here, brother. You doing all right? Obviously, their money.
Well, I could be better, could be worse.
Okay, Kevin Guthrie's here with some additional. I missed you in there. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. It could be better, could be worse. You know what I mean.
Roger on that. Roger. I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, where I'm at, when it comes down to hurricane anyway, it didn't really get me too much. I didn't have hardly any weather over here because of it. So.
Skybanger 59, because this here is a job for Skybanger 59. I'm in Phoenix. You guys all sound QRP. Where you at? I want to know where each and every one of you are at. Can you identify? Or you guys got little yellow bellies? We're in front of Ron DeSantis. Hey, take care out there at the local jamming. Catch you later. What are you doing?
Hey, no worries there, Chris. I'm sitting back on the side listening to it all. Welcome to the live stream, everybody.
Okay. Good to hear that. I was wondering what you doing with them 32 elements out there with a 120 mile an hour wind, but I figured you just point it right into it. Well, Rick, Rick, it's certainly good to hear you're okay, and we were worried about Florida traffic today. I wonder if the hurricane took out the conditions, because we didn't hear nobody from Florida today. We're like, wow, that's weird. All right, 7-3, we'll get back to you again. This Skybanger 59, we're on the key.
1122 Wingnut Radio out here in Florida listening.
UK44 California waving a hand. Hello, everybody from Skybanger. I got a few of you coming in. I want to say hello. I heard you all. Hooray! 455 Prescott, Arizona. Guys, are you Mr. 155? Mr. 155 out there in the bluegrass. We hear you way out west. 357. Utah Portable. I think I'm going to take a little nap after my dentist appointment, and I'll be back on the air as soon as I wake up. DX-1031 Southwest Utah. 155. I heard you out there earlier saying you weren't making any contacts, but now we keep hearing you, man. No doubt out there in Bluegrass. Just want to let you know. This is Orange County, California, 357. And I have a fun weekend on here, True colors shining through. City, buddy. Oh, thank you, sir, for the flowers, for sure. Get yourself some down, buddy. Thank you, anybody out there got their two-way communicator on this evening? 455 Prescott, Arizona.
Hey, 455, you're making it out.
357, can you take it down to channel 37375?
It's all about Mother Nature. She's got the deciding factor out there, whether you can talk or listen. All right, it out.
1122 on the side.
Utah DX-1031 Southwest Utah. We be in the portable. We're back live. I don't care how much water you got, man. Anyway, I'm signing off out here in California. All the best to everybody out there. 357. Listen up. Ciao, ciao. 743 is also hitting Northern California. Roger on that. Listening to Channel 38 is a science in itself. Don't talk like that, sir. It's not yet for you to talk like that. It'd be a Charlie 718. Carrot. Charlie 718. Carrot. You're woke. Florida. Mega. How about it, Florida? How about it down there, Sanibel Island? You guys got it still up in the air? Hey, 695, you copy? CQDX, this is India Charlie 718, India Charlie 718, calling CQ from the Rocky Mountains of Canada. Standing by. Hey,
Hill too. Kind of good at things. Coffee down there. Where you at down there? I just got home last night off an airplane. I've been working out there for 2.5 months. 22 in Northern California. 36 out of Sin City, Vegas. 189 out of Sin City, Vegas.
India Charlie 718. India Charlie 718, British Columbia, just north of the Idaho border.
189 Sin City, Vegas. 189 Sin City, Vegas. Shot your radio check out there, CTVX. San Diego, Cal 1 up for it. I hear somebody trying to come back to 189. I hear somebody trying to come back to 189. So if this goes through, then Charlie 718. Charlie 718 was in north of the Idaho border. British Columbia, Cal 3. I think our property 585, Rochester, New York. 585, Rochester, New York. 189, away from the hand, out of Sin City, Vegas. I just got you in there calling for 217. Hello. Take it easy out there, 189. We're going to hand you away, transmitting out of the high desert of Sin City, Vegas.
That fucking thing's got my whole arm itches from that beast day. Rocky Mountains, trying for 602 and standing by. 356. 356. Numbers out there, 602, 510 portable with the weight. I think the double stations out there, right? 29. Yeah, that's 602. You're sorry. You should go smack one hand. You have a great day out there. Enjoy that New York, buddy. 222 Chicago. You're still making a good trip. 222. I'll tell you what, you're making a good trip out here in the beaches, Southern California. 510 portable. Yeah, the old road says to go ahead. You have Needle Bender 99, Salt Lake City. San Diego, Cal. Roger on that 602 in the Bayou too. You're definitely making a fine trip yourself. 73s and have a good day and a better tomorrow. And 510, my Doug Portable, one with the wave. You got DX-31 Okay, we got you out. This is 357 on the west side. 263 calling, 38 Las Vegas, gotcha. It's getting kind of rough. All the ducks are flying in the pond. Anyway, 73's World Radio 510. Hey, Mud Duck Portable, hey, driving through the pond. I'll see ya. Enjoy the DX on World Radio 510. I got to put this thing back in the garage. Every time I get this recording, all I hear is Sweeney's winning. Sweeney's winning. 99 Utah, Needle Bender 99. Call. Hello, Trevor. I guess there's Trevor. I used to talk to you for a long time back in the 70s. I got this old school technology. Anyway, enjoy the DX, have fun. That's what it's all about. People like to turn it off. That's what I say. Anyway, 73's with us. Have a fun one. Until we talk again, World Radio 510, Operator Bill, and 1009 on this month. Portable back on. Back. Hey, 602,
just want to keep you on one last time before I turn my ignition off. Who's got a big radio to see because my kid wants to know? Radio 473. My radio section. Hey, Russ, you're from the 473. Hey, Roger, on that, you're in the trees. Hey, 473, World Radio 52, and Med Duck 1009 Portable. I'll see you. Have a good one. Quack, quack. 357, North surprised that this thing still works. I took it out of the cobwebs and shit. I'm thinking I'm being addicted to this thing again. Sweeney's winning. Sweeney's winning.
Holy crap on a cracker.
Sweeney's winning. It's winning. Sweeney's in the motherfucking KO, boy. Sweeney's winning. World Radio 789, Northern Idaho, stand by. World Radio 510, 1009, Med Duck Portable, one with the wave. I'll see you. Quack, quack.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio out here for Anarchy TV today. Please stand by for random calls. The 1122 out here on the side.
Roger, 962, 962. Good to hear you out there this evening. World Radio 789, waving back.
Yep, I did.
Yeah, Roger, okay. Enjoy the GX and have a great weekend out there from World Radio 789, Northern Idaho.
Sweeney's winning. Secure DX. 505, 505, Mobile. 505, Mobile. San Diego, Saudi, California. Hello. Great. I give you the answer to 578 Georgia. 38 Las Vegas. I need a Mobile. Mobile 505. San Diego, Mobile. On the way to Home Depot. Okay, my friend. Nice talking to you. Good evening. 505 San Diego. Back to you. 7 Vancouver Island. Nothing going on. It's not raining here. That's winning. It's been out on the day. Roger that. 217. We got a copy on you.
I love my CB radio.
Back all fresh. Not as much as I love mine. Hello, you out there?
Hey, I'm not going to argue with you, man. I have spoken.
And of course, I got a copy on 911 Northwest Tennessee. You guys all get into my receive. It's just who gets in there the most, I guess, or the first or the last, or I can make them out. 911 sounding great out here on the west side.
On radio 102, Reno, Nevada. With the way much like
I heard several of the others out there too, and come on back. I'll listen in for a minute. I'm trying to take stuff in and out of the garage because I just got back, but I'm listening.
I'm not even transmitting with my full potential right now. It's kind of pathetic.
Good audio. Fucking A there. See ya that way.
I'm telling you, man, I'm not even getting enough voltage in this damn radio. I'm not even up to full wattage out. I just like, man, I'm just limping along, man.
651 K44 California. Hey, sorry about the ones I didn't get back to you there. I'm, like I said, moving stuff in and out of the garage right now. But you guys are all sounding great today, man.
Hey, Roger, 651. How did that storm affect you, 651 back to you?
781. I'll get back here when I can.
All right, North Carolina, there you went from a good 5 units right down to 1.
Hey, Roger, I've been watching you on news.
What's up, Indy?
Pretty bad about that. So, hey, we're going to back them up here, 651. Thank you for the comeback there, my friend.
You just made it through. 781 waving.
Well, actually, I mean, I didn't get none of it, honestly, in my direction. I think my sister, she's in Sarasota, and I think she just got her power back where she's at. So, yeah, I think everybody's okay. I mean, we're native Floridians, man. This ain't our first rodeo, man. Come on now.
Hey, 429, I got it before it got crazy again. 429, I got you up there by the
Howdy. 751, Central California. South Carolina, we got you. South Carolina, waving it to you. Las Vegas, 38.
Hey, 300 or 901, are you on frequency or where'd you go?
Sounds like it's getting quiet. We're skipping right
Thing what it did, actually, the hurricane actually at the moment, it's pulled in a lot of clear skies where I'm at, but it got a little chilly at night. It's already kind of cooling off, man. I mean, you know, to the point where you're like, you want to put a hoodie on or something. Well, it gets cold enough where I want to put a hoodie on. It's also throwing out a lot of interference in the atmosphere, because you hear this atmospheric noises in the radio along with all the other stuff.
You're sounding great out west, man. All of a sudden it gets crazy in there again, but I definitely heard you. You came through gangbusters there for a minute, man. Mother Nature gave you a big old shove right up into the flat side. So we know who you are, what you are.
Yeah, but dabba dooby doop doop dooby doop.
Hey, g'day, that's out there in the big town, Nevada there. How about it? 114.
Hey, real strong. So, hey, 296. Sounds great out here. I just don't have a day or anything to sit here and call up, but you definitely came in with style. 296, 781, Wild West wave up to you.
Alabama, we got you on the side. Alabama, we got you.
This is really a good radio.
I learned more about it because every time I watch the video or what.
73 Steve, man, we'll do it again. 296, always a pleasure. Give me my receive. Very, very distinctive. Oh, it's working. You got right up in the front of this big flat side. I'll tell you that. Your little station got right up in this big flat side. So I'm going to throw you a Wild West wave and say 73s, man. Have a good day. Hopefully your weather's good and aren't going to get nailed by that hurricane. I've hit them around Southern.
Like in the previous talk.
Americans are coming in beauty. Uncuffing New Zealand this afternoon. Victim of double trade. There's a good sound station.
I kind of figured. I got you, Andy. I got you.
Inside the house. Hey, good to hear you, Alfred, and have a good afternoon. Good afternoon from North Island, huh?
How about it out there in DX land 243, the Evergreen State Center by. So Roger, I got you down there in the bayou. I never got a copy on the bayou station. I did miss the numbers there. 243 Spokane said that.
Great National Forest, 5,000 foot elevation, EV Runners, 2112 Carson, City to live video game for standing by. Hi, Kentucky, where are you?
829, I definitely got any one of those. 829, you definitely sound good up here around Spokane, Roger.
Come here, we're hot times here. Anyway, y'all take any of our easy. Radio 0181, Ranger Park, California.
This is 41. Thanks for coming back.
Okay there, 29, man, right back at you. All the golden numbers for my house today. Have a good weekend yourself. Take care, my friend. 243 Spokane said that we're off the key and listening.
Just fine, man. It just goes up and down. It's always piracy. It's always filled in. California wave that. Okay, I get it right. 71 listening.
November 35. That's it. Okay, North Carolina, we're waving back to you.
All right, I got good question.
That's real strong, but we got you. Yeah, B73 to you out there, Bill. Hope you enjoy the DX, and we'll listen out for your station in the future. 321 Little Thunder, down under, but quiet. USA truck. Yes, 751. I think that was the 750.
Panama City, Florida. How's that?
Man, I appreciate the wave. 181. Appreciate the keep show. No doubt about it. My first contact. You're my first contact in the down under and across the sea. No doubt about it. 751 says thank you, sir, for the comment. Right towards Eugene Bender. You enjoy the DX.
Man, 0, let you know that thing's straight 10-8 getting out, no doubt about it. Don't believe anything if they're lying to you if they say you're a mud duck. Get out of that. I'll tell you, that stretched out little 4 is really doing its thing. I'll tell you that much. It's smoking out here.
138, Las Vegas, streaming in fine.
I'll put it on you later. 73, 629 out here on the west side. I'm on out of here. Bye, bye, bye.
Hey, numbers Rick, 510. You know what it is. I'll see you. No contact, 629, 510. West Coast style.
394 Atlanta, Georgia, blowing smoke out here around Malibu.
North Carolina making a lot of noise out here in the beach of Southern Cal. 510 Bill with the wave.
QSO, yeah, you're the same. It's just touching into the red, and it's just a train wreck right now. I'm going to get out of the way. 73 there. Sounding really good out here on the west side. I'll be standing by.
Anyway, take care, 629, 510. Bill, your friend on this one. Have a good one, Rick. I'll spread it on you later. Ciao.
Hey, I heard that flat side joke said he couldn't get any conditions. You got in 781s received. All you guys can get in 781s received.
Right. Well, that station down in Florida, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I do hear you. You're standing by down there in Florida. 38, Las Vegas, we got you.
All right, number 29, man, you're always sounding good. It's always a pleasure getting you on my receipt from down there on the bayou. I hope you're enjoying some mud bugs and living life to its fullest out that way. It's always a good time on the bayou. Hey, 29, 781 with a Wild West wave saying you getting right in this west side with style.
Hey, 901.
Hey, 300.
Same numbers out there, 233, Kentucky, World Radio 57, Southern California.
Hey, guys, wake up to 380.
Roger on that, 223, have a family, is that you? I know I'm on it, so Bill on the beach, back quiet. Oh, man, North Carolina, from Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah. I think you can hear this doc says, oh, well, sorry for my bad luck.
All right, 29, man, 73's to you. 73's to you. 29, always getting right up in the front of my flat side with style.
I ain't got no gears. I got this little 4-foot twin hanger that's kind of rough, and I got
Fucking hey, let's go Dolphins.
One time through my little 4-foot coat hanger.
Yeah, the Bobby Boucher.
All right, 29. Sorry, I'm working on this microphone. I'm gonna try this. I was in the shower and it came to me why he called you. Why who called me? Handheld. Aaron. Still making any noise. 4-foot coat. Oh, why? Because you told me you were going to stroll in at 8 and be done by 10, and when he called you, you told him you'd be there at 6:30.
7 o'clock.
That's why he called you. It came to me while I was in the shower. I'm like, wait a minute. What is wrong with these times?
I just want to make sure that I've given myself enough time that when the store closes, I can just put the phones on and fucking leave. I'll have everything else buttoned up. I don't want to be doing shit after the store closes when I should be driving the fuck home.
No, and you should be waiting for them to close to put all your phones on and walk out the door.
Exactly.
Southern California.
So I'm bringing my fucking backpack and my headphones so I can play PUBG.
832 South Carolina, portable radio 196 Arizona. So we'll have to figure out what's up with the direct TV over here. When I load it, it just starts to load, it goes to a black screen. I guess I got to get that thing you're talking about for the back of it. I'll gladly order it.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it right quick.
West Coast Portable, alias 1009, and it's my drug portable.
I'll see you Southern California standing by.
You're there, Mexico. Thanks for the comeback, mate. I didn't get much of that, but thanks for the comeback. 176 Trevor down here in Victoria, waving the hand.
I don't know how you guys are doing the radio station in Southern California back in the day, back in the 70s, you know. It was a your own radio station. Actually, Helen Jerry out there, 647 is our contact number. 647 out there in Gary, out there in Oxnard, California. 3006.
Hello, the radio.
I got a mud duck number, 1009. You guys are on the sheet first. Hey, put it on the number. World Radio 510. Hey, mud duck 1009. And I'm proud to son. 73 1009. They won with the wave. I'll see you.
Okay, 1808, sounding good in the mobile, man.
Skip wave 38 Las Vegas. We're listening. Hey, Tampa Bay, 38 Las Vegas.
Good evening, 1808. Good evening, 1808, Tampa Bay. 21-5, Central Washington.
Hey, Virginia, I hear you, Virginia. 38 Las Vegas, we got you, Virginia. Boy, Kentucky.
29,
Hey, take care out there in Kentucky. Have a good one with that Dixie. What they call it, Janet.
It's $50 for the one that you want with your TV.
734 Radio 5.
So all these apps will be loaded on that. Take care, man.
No, yeah, you fucking we'll put that in there, and then we'll come over there. We'll set up the app through the Chromecast app. You know, after you set it up, but we'll probably just use my Gmail account. The way I did it, like Roku, I can just keep adding them to your shit. shit, you know what I'm saying? Awesome, cool deal. I'll order it. Yeah, you get that shit and we're good. Oh, and this one you can control the TV with the remote. It's got the microphone, so you can say fine western, fine action movies. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it comes with a remote. Louisiana Mobile 261. Louisiana Mobile 261. 21 nickel, Central Washington.
Goshen area. Station.
Check, Lima Alpha 261. We're making a fine trip on up here to the northwest corner, my friend. Have yourself a great evening and have a great Friday coming up. Lima Alpha 261, 21 nickel, Central Washington, 73s.
About 10 stations there piled up at 5 and 5. It's pretty challenging.
Kind of rough, but anyway, have a good one. 510 curve, most of the crack. I'll see you.
Just here, 510 portable. Good morning, mate.
Wild West town, reading the mail. Malala, Oregon, USA, standing by for contact.
Yeah, 469 Oregon. 469 Oregon, stress down. 375, channel 37 there, that's station Oregon. How about that station up there in the northwest there, the station in Oregon, 304, Australia, we're calling for you.
Hey, 535, 575, man, you're so weak in there, I couldn't hear you, and I got an Australian station on an S20. So if I'm wrong on the 535, I apologize, but I did hear you in there. K677, Northern California, I'll stand by.
Washington State. There is someone on this frequency from California. I might have to QSY that station. You want to go to, can you go to 400 flat QSL?
Go to 40 what?
400 flat QSY, 400 flat, mate. There is someone on here.
Good shit.
Coast Australia, we're looking. CQ North America, CQ North America, station 304, station 304 Australia, we're calling.
304, you got a copy of 1122?
Pensacola Beach Station. There's a few signals out there trying to work those TX clarifiers and squeeze on in here at 400, but I may have made life difficult for them. The station in Penn, I think it's Pensacola Beach, QSL. Is that Randy over there in Florida? Hey Randy, are you okay over there, mate? Are you okay? Oh, fantastic news, mate. I think you said it blew out to the south. That's great news, mate. I don't have the best copy on you, Randy. You sound very quiet this morning. It's just conditions, mate, at this present moment. A little bit challenging, but glad you're okay. I was a bit concerned about some of the big stations there in Florida, getting those towers pushed over. So, good news, fantastic news. I hope everyone's all right. No one's lost anything, mate. It's really, really good to hear, mate. Yeah, Needlebender 101, Randy. Hey, thanks for jumping in. Good to hear you, Ashley, mate. I was only just starting to think last night about how you guys were going, and I didn't have a chance to get to the Foxtel satellite dish to find out what was actually happening and where it ended up. So, fantastic news, mate. 101 until conditions heat up again, mate, and I'll hear you a little bit better. I'll say 73. So catch you soon, mate. See you. That station calling back, mate. You might have to work that clarifier, that TX clarifier a bit more, mate. You are, I'm not sure where you're residing there, but if you come back, I may be able to use this to clarify you and get you in. I just heard a 953, but I'm not sure where you are. 953. Confirm your location. Oh, it's a tough one. It really is. I haven't got the best ears on you. One more time on that number. 55 and a 3, San Antonio, Texas. Okay, I've got a little bit of the skywave on the last PTT, but it is in and out, mate. There's a lot of fade there. 553 304 Australia.
Hey, 304 Australia, 304 Australia. You got a copy of 1122 out here? Listen.
3 in Wisconsin, I believe it is. Station 323 Wisconsin. You're 5 and 5. Actually, a little bit. I wouldn't say 5 and 5, more like a 5 and 3. The audio's a bit boomy and it's hard to distinguish what you're saying there. So it might be just a tad wide or a bit bassy. I'm not sure, mate. But you are making it to Australia. That station in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's an improvement, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you kindly for doing that for me. Just come back exactly where you are. I believe it was Wisconsin, QSL. Southeastern Wisconsin, the United States. Great to make the contact. Very seldom seen that state into my receiver, so I don't often hear from you guys all that often. That's an improvement. Thank you for amending that. I'm not sure what you did or if it was just conditions picking up, but thank you very much. You're welcome, mate. Thanks for jumping in. There's a few in there with you as well, so you managed to get through that traffic there. Not sure what you're running, but it is working, mate. Congratulations. Take care, mate. 304 East Coast, Australia, standing by.
304 Australia. Got a copy of 1122 Wingnut on the side.
I don't know, Brian. I'm only just getting the party started, my friend. I'm just running a little short boom quad here, mate. I don't think I can, I don't know, mate. Go back to the vertical if you want. I'm just having a shit stir too, mate. I've got a really, really good poker face for radio, mate. I've baffled a few people before, I tell you what. I can wind some people up out there, mate. I've got a serious poker face. But you take it easy, Brian. 142, I'll catch you again, mate. Yeah, actually, sounds really good. You're an F9, so I haven't heard you below that all morning, Brian. So it's serious propagation, but you have got the goods there, mate. Good station and antenna, definitely helps. Yeah, getting a bit greedy here at the moment. It's like a Christmas tree. through this scope, so I'm just flicking around, mate, seeing who I can find. And there was a bit of northwest in there, which I haven't heard for a while up in Oregon, and hopefully we can make contact with someone up there in Canada as well on the west coast, because I don't often hear those guys lately, but they've been in for the last 24 hours, so I'll have a sticky beak Brian and see if I can locate them. 142 Texas, 304 Sydney. Yeah, see, Brian, take it easy, mate. I'm only at about 2.6 here at the moment, so we'll muck around later on when she heats up and play some audio, eh? What do you reckon? I'll get that video out too. I want to try and get you to about a 15 plus, so I can really give you an idea. I should really, what I should really do is grab out the flash drive of the SD card and actually record it in a hard copy format and just email it to you. That'd probably be a better way of doing it. These old cell phones and the video camera and the nano microphones that are in it can only do so much, I guess, without the recipient using headphones. To have a listen to it, but anyway, it gives you some indication what it sounds like. But all right, mate, I'll get out of here. 142, 304. I'll go for a scan. Oh, I don't think I'm going anywhere too soon. I can hear a station in Chicago, number 2 something. Repeat. 724 Windy City, in amongst about 10 other stations at 5 and 5. I've got you in there, Chicago. Go ahead. Yeah, that's Chicago station, yeah. I didn't get the numbers in its entirety, mate. Can you please repeat those numbers? Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm forgetting that, because I do hear you quite often there, 724 Chicago. It's off and on, but at the moment, I think I've got a little bit more heavier propagation closer to the equator from North America at the moment. The Texans are making a lot of noise. But, yeah, 724, good to touch base with you, mate, up there in Chicago. Hope you guys didn't get a flogging from any of those monsoons or typhoons that were blowing down the eastern seaboard there. Hopefully you guys were well out of its path and everything's okay up there near the lakes.
Hey, Bill, we just got our food in right now. Hey, man, 73s, we'll get out there tomorrow.
Hey, Jimmy, 724 Chicago. Yeah, no problem. That operator you were talking to was actually on leave, vacation. He was on vacation in around the islands of Vanuatu. I believe he was on a different island today, and he's running obviously a portable arrangement there. And I believe it might be a Moxon there, Jimmy. And yeah, 724. I think he was running a Moxon. His name's Darren. He's from Queensland, so I heard him out there also. He's making some serious amount of noise off the back of the Moxon as well onto the eastern seaboard here. So great, you could log him, mate. It's pretty special. He's not always out there, and it's not often we do hear stations from Vanuatu, but it's good to see the propagation is open. And also to Europe for you guys. You guys are getting pretty blessed across the Atlantic there as well, which is really good. It gives you guys plenty of flavours there to muck around with, mate. So get amongst it. 724 Chicago. I'll catch you soon, mate. I believe it was Jim. Am I wrong with the name?
Dude, did you, Garrett, did you hear Biden? He was trying to tell us Floridians the best way to prepare for hurricanes and stuff is we got to get the jab. That's how we're supposed to prepare for hurricanes. I mean, you know, if we get a jab, we're okay. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker.
Rick, how about that needle bender 777, needle bender 1666? Back to that. Oh, yes it is. Well, if I walked into a church and it'd fall down, that's why I'm the 1666. We'll catch you later. You'll have a good time. Have a good
One shot car 15 Nevada, 595 station on the side throughout Australia.
These people think that they are our kings, Garrett. I mean, seriously. They think they're royalty. We, the people, are the royalty. They are the servants. And we must remind them of that.
California, Southwest, catch Australia. New Zealand, so Hawaii, so I'm catching up to that here into the way things. Yeah, right. Hey, man, something good work. You're sure taking something, that's for sure. All right, man, keep up the good work. You have a good one there, buddy. 73s, cheers and beers. I'll try to. The day's sort of just starting for us. No worries there, 8:13. You have a top evening. Australia Radio 1666751, California.
Well, Skip's starting to die out. It's kind of shifting where it's kind of moving away from my direction. I don't know.
Come on. Who's that dead in the mini garage say? I think I heard someone out there in the mini garage. 171 sneaking the garage down under.
Like there's an Australian coming in there. Evening, Cindy.
California, stand by. How about that snake on the grass? Over Radio 510, Southern California, driving the shitty Nevada, USA. Over. So, all right. Thanks for coming back to me. Yeah, take this, you blow, smoking, blue straight. Number 443, 443. Okay, no conditions on that 151. World Radio 510, Southern Cal. Did you imagine if I stopped segment on that 2K radio?
So you get 222. 222 Missouri. Good to hear you in there. 214, East Coast Australia.
Ain't no contact on that 214 Australia. 214 World Radio 510 510 Southern California. I'm Bill at the web.
This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio out here in Florida, listening for any 43 division or 41 divisions out there. Any stations out there in the 41 or 43 division, 1122 on the side.
Station World Radio 742. East Coast Australia.
Come on.
World Radio 742 in Tasmania.
742 Tasmania. You got a copy of 1122 Wingnut out here in Florida?
Making a good trip. 73. No contact out there in Australia. 13 Tampa, 44 NorCal West Coast. The 444 NorCal West Coast.
Yeah, LA State Side, 708 in Tasmania. World Radio 742.
Tampa, Roger on that 742. Radio 510. When I'm ready.
Beautiful signal in the Tasmania there, about 9 plus 20, 9 plus 20, other.
No contact on that 176 or that 351. Radio 510. Southern Cal, back quiet.
Yeah, roger that. Yep, Tasmania. That's a pretty good stretch. Seriously, that's on the very southern tip of Australia, so that's a pretty good stretch. I'm not really doing like my full capacity when it comes down to stuff on this radio right now. So I'm not really able to get back to them all that good. Plus, there's all these people over in California and all that stuff that are jumping on top of me. But yeah, there's a guy I used to know that lived in Eden, which is just on the southeastern side of Australia, down by Tasmania. And we used to talk last solar cycle. Dude, we'd sit here for an hour almost talking like we were next door neighbors. It was awesome.
304 World Radio 510 is away. Trying for an Australia station. Come on. How about a 304? Roger on that E13 out there in Tampa Bay. Hopefully you're getting over that weather or that hurricane out there. 73's World Radio 510. Ain't Bill on the beach. I'll see you. Australia station there, but I couldn't make out his number. I'm at that Australia station. You got 595 good day there worldwide. Argentina that we're standing by. Is that 106? 212 Alabama. How about that 304? How about that 304? Or that 176? World Radio 510, stateside time.
I'll tell you this, Garrett. I'm gonna tell you, man. It is, but a lot of people for hell, at least 40 years, probably a little longer than that. They've been trying to tell everybody this is coming, and this is the result. See, technically, if you actually look through history, every 80 years, something's got to go on. All right. Well, 2020s is that 80-year mark. So, It's just if you just look through history, it's bound to happen. It's like a cycle. I don't know. So it's gonna happen, and it's gonna hit. But the thing is, this is another thing too. I was sitting there. Okay. Where you go? Let me turn that down. Let me turn that down. All right, check this out. I was running around YouTube, and I come across uh, some Jordan Peterson stuff. All right, I was sitting there listening to some of the stuff he was talking about, and he actually made a point, and I've been considering this, and he's sitting there making the point with, um, um, what if Russia loses? All right, or what if you know, the NATO and all that stuff, man, or whatever, well, get their way, and he's going to lose. All right. Well, I'm not thinking that he's going to go down without a fight, type of thing. Even if he feels like that he is going to lose, he has this option of just throwing out a bunch of crap, you know, that will destroy a lot of shit around the world. Hell, one well placed certain type of missile will take out the whole freaking country of England. One. Now, if he shoots a few of them at the same time, and you know, like all this, like you know, shoot it in mid-air type of stuff. If one of those gets through that little like that defense mechanism, one of those can take out. I don't know what kind of missile it is. I can't remember what it is, but one of those can take out the whole stinking island. All right. But this is the thing. It's like how this thing can spread. All right. All right, and then on top of that, I mean, I don't know exactly what the posture is that they're trying to prove, but like even like for instance, Camel Toe, when she was going over to South Korea, North Korea shot off a few big missiles, just kind of like, I guess, to send a message, I guess, or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying, it's like if he's going to lose, if that's where this is going, he's you know, Putin's going to lose. He is going to probably, most likely, in my mind, going to just throw. If he's like, well, fuck it, I'm going to die anyway, so why not take out all these motherfuckers at the same time and just throw them everything I got? You know what I mean? So, me personally, there's a lot of situations that I have really no control over. So a lot of this stuff, I'm like, okay, well, you know, if it happens, it happens. I actually kind of dare these motherfuckers. I'm tired of this slow burn shit, just so they can have control over us. No, fuck all that shit, man. If they're threatening to nuke something and do something bad or whatever, and put a World War or whatever, and Civil War, whatever, fucking war, doesn't matter. Bring it on. Because I'm just gonna sit back with my popcorn and watch the shit show. You know, and stay far away from fucking harm. And you know, I have a pretty good idea on how I could like maneuver around things, but you know, life can get in the way. And the thing is, man, if you look through history also, every time a country was trying to push their own currency, their own type of money into the world market, those leaders end up getting assassinated. I mean, you look at Gaddafi, you look at like, was it Castro? What was the other guy? There was another guy too. I can't remember right offhand. Anyway, but yeah, they were like, okay, fuck it, you know, we're gonna use our own currency, and like for instance, if you want to buy anything from us, you have to use our currency. You can't use like US dollars, which is another type of currency. Well, Russia's doing the same thing. Well, guess what? The fucking NATO and the EU is probably going to try and do is fucking take him out. So If he feels like he's in a losing battle or he's going to lose, what do you think he's got? If he's got nothing left to lose, what do you think? I mean, seriously. I mean, honestly, and that's another thing too. Russians are very complicated people. And I've talked to a couple of Russian girls that worked at a subway down here. So, I mean, kind of complicated people, you know. I mean, just their mentality, you know what I mean? It's different. It's not what I'm not used to certain, they just looked at things a different way sometimes, just. Uh, but even if they do, that's the thing. It's like, okay, let's say they do, Garrett. Let's say they do take him out. Who's put in place? I mean, and would that be beneficial to what, the New World Order, or will that be beneficial to who? I mean, because honestly, I don't think either one of those two countries up there that are at war right now are the good guys. Neither one of them are. All right, so I don't really give a shit if they just sit there and blow each other up. I don't really care. I mean, I really think it fucking sucks for the citizens that are just there. They're just trying to live. That are like cannon fodder and fucking expendable fucking casualty shit. You know what I mean? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these motherfuckers, as far as I'm concerned, they just need to fight it out in a goddamn cage match and fucking to the death and then leave us out of it. But no, they want to involve all of us in the process. Well, we outnumber these motherfuckers and they're trying to kill us off or control us, one or the other. All these big players, dude. So none of them are the good guys, you know. I mean, we're actually in a war right now, between the people and the people in government, or the people that can claim to be the rulers or quote unquote, whatever. I mean, seriously, it's nothing new. It's been happening for fucking centuries, man. When it comes down to it, another one will overpower another and they'll change all the rules, and then and they get taken down by another, and then the rules change again. Unfortunately, it is one of those things. Just I don't see the morality in it, but yeah, in this world, it's might makes right, but that's not right. I mean, might makes what happens. I mean, honestly, man, whoever can. I mean, it's like even owning something, you can own it all you want as long as you can protect it. You know what I mean? If somebody takes it from you, you don't own it anymore. Oh, you might own it, but somebody else has it now. I mean, it's the same thing with a country. I mean, we the people are the ones that are supposed to protect it. We're not supposed to give up our freedoms to and our liberties to a government that is and depend on it to protect us, because it's not going to. I mean, even cops. I mean, there has been Supreme Court case law that has over and over again, probably like at least 3 times that I know of, that states that really cops have no legal obligation to protect us. None whatsoever. They have no legal obligation to protect us. So why would you actually depend on them to protect you or serve you? Because they're not really serving you. They're serving the politicians and the bureaucrats and the people that tell them what to do. They're serving them. They're not serving the people. They've tried to flip-flop this thing with government and all that stuff. They try to flip-flop it where the government is the ruling class and the fucking people are just the fucking slaves and the serfs, the peasants. No, that's bullshit. That's what other countries do. That's exactly what everybody came here to get away from. All right? So we're not going to allow this fucking bullshit to fucking come into this country. You want that kind of shit, that kind of lifestyle where you need a government. Well, go to one of these other fucking countries where they fucking take care of you. Because that's not what government's here to do. That's not their job. That's not their that's not what their charge is. All right. charge. They're not here to sit there, make sure you're safe. Make sure your ears don't hear what you want to hear, and make sure you this and that. No, they're not here to fucking micromanage your fucking life. That's not their job. They're going beyond the scope of their fucking job, way beyond, and they're using threats of force, coercion, and compelling people. That's how they get it. And this is thing. This is not just in this country, because it's been fucking transplanted from others into this country. That's not what this country was founded on. It's founded on freedom, and it was founded on natural common law, not this fucking admiralty, fucking maritime, international. I mean, international fucking law, or But fuck this shit, man. These motherfuckers that think that they own us need to be put in their place, man, for real. Huh. It's all a fucking show, like you said. All the world's a stage, and these are just actors. I mean, seriously, that's another thing too. You got to be very, very aware of what you're watching on TV anyway, because in this day and age of deep fake technology, dude, you could be watching a fucking completely computer generated fucking image, and you think you're watching a real person sit there talking to you. You got to be very, very astute and very, very aware of these things. So, I mean, you have to actually look a lot harder to find truth, because it's being hidden, it's being fucking masqueraded and shit. They did it out in the open, because they thought the best way to hide things is out in the open. So they've been doing it in the open now. Now they're just blatantly fucking telling you this is what we're doing. Well, hell, they've been kind of sort of doing that all along. But they do it in these more intimate, confined areas behind closed doors, and yeah, it happened. It's kind of like what was that? It reminds me of like kind of like the bureaucratic bullshit. Kind of like, what was that movie? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When those aliens came up to the Earth, and they were like, okay, and they did on loudspeaker. It's like, oh, we're giving you notice that we are here to build this new interstellar highway right through here, and your planet is now set for demolition, because we got to make this highway through here. And everybody's like, what the fuck, and they were like, well, we posted a notice on the third planet of the fucking right quadrant of this and that, whatever, right there in the back room. I mean, we gave notice and it was posted, so you shouldn't have anything to complain about. This is about what it is, it's about what they try to do. They kind of like, well, they put something somewhere, and they're like, okay, well, we gave notice and we posted it. It was there for public to fucking see, but you had to actually go through like fucking, a 3-story building into the basement, in the fucking back room, taped on the fucking wall of the fucking linen closet. Oh, there it's posted. Clearly it says, yes, it's notice and all that shit, but nobody knew where it was, and nobody's seen this fucking shit, and it just comes out of nowhere. See, that's how they play it. They do shit like that. Not necessarily that, but I mean, they do shit like that. They do stuff like that. That's the only thing. That's the reason why a lot of stuff that I've been talking about for like past 20 years on and off on the radio and the internet and all that shit, people think I'm kind of crazy because it sounds so far-fetched and outlandish, but truth can be stranger than fiction. And the thing is um, the information is just what they have said, or I'm just basically relaying it. And it's not, me saying it. It's not me coming up with the idea of fucking blocking the sun out and then trying to get everybody on solar power. It's not me trying to fucking buy up all the goddamn farmland and then convince everybody to start eating bugs. It's not my idea. I'm just relaying the information. Anyway, um, let's see here. What was those guy? I think house is being cleaned in Russia. Well, like I said, Cindy, I mean, a man in his position, if he's going to lose, what kind of a loser is he going to be? You know? Because quite honestly, man, I can totally see it. I mean, if I had that ability, I'd probably do it. I'd be like, all right, well, if I get to a point where I know it's a losing battle and I'm probably going to die anyway, I'm going to take as many motherfuckers out as with me. Why not? Take as many of the motherfuckers out with me. I mean, he's probably thinking the exact same fucking thing, and he's got nukes. Just saying. I mean, it's something to just kind of like rattle around in your brain for a minute and kind of think about. You know, where would I mean, try to put yourself in his position or his place in his shoes if you could, because I've actually watched a lot of these interviews that he's had and stuff like that, and actually how he's actually, he was blatantly telling people how ISIS and was all started and blah 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 and all this stuff. I've watched a lot of stuff, but anyway, um, I just try to put myself in his position, in his shoes, what he would be thinking strategically and militarily. Because I mean, seriously, you think about it. He's not going to just let. He's not going to just lose. He's not going to just lose. I mean, what would that do for Russia if Russia was to lose in this battle? Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I was just like, it's just one of them things I start thinking about because I don't see him just, you know, being, I don't see him just losing. I mean, I know damn well that both sides have probably got some kind of, people on the trying to assassinate one or the other. Because I know damn well they're probably going to try and assassinate him, and he's probably got people trying to assassinate other people. I know damn well that's happening right now. Well, Garrett, I would like to believe that there's this group of like so-called quote unquote white hats out there that are, you know, um, looking out for us. But I have yet to see any evidence of it. So I'd like to believe it, but I don't think it's true. I mean, there has been three assassination attempts on Trump's while he was president. Actually, you know. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's another thing too. There's so much like in the European countries right now, depending on like natural gas for a lot of different things, and that's going to hit when it gets winter time. And I'm not sure what it's going to do here. I mean, they keep on pushing. They're talking about even in California, like banning like all fossil fuel type vehicles and stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, these motherfuckers can't even keep the goddamn power on. I mean, California's having rolling blackouts and brownouts and shit, and then they want to put everybody on, electric cars. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? It's like, where do they fucking think this fucking electricity's coming from? Idiots. I'm serious, man. I mean, I just wish people would just wake up to the fact that this is not like a bunch of idiots, running the shit. No, this is all done deliberately. And the whole ruse is making you think that these are idiots. They're not. This is all being done deliberately to bring our nation down so it's easy to conquer by someone else. Honestly, Trump's not going to save us, dude. Trump's not going to save us. The whole corporation has to be dismantled for it to actually matter. And just putting another person in the position of that corporation, the president of the corporation, is really not going to do anything for us. That's not what the corporation is for. Yeah. Well, Cindy, I mean, you think about it, like what was it, Lake Powell and all that stuff down there, where like the Hoover Dam and all that shit. So much drought. I mean, hell, they can't even really continue making power in some of those dams, and it'll be crazy, man, if um, that whole river all the way down just dries up, and basically all those dams are useless. It's gonna suck for a lot of people down the line, because I mean that's not only electricity, that's water. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, hey Garrett, you got to understand, I'm more of a, I lean toward anarchy personally. I don't see any legitimacy in these guys in the first place. Um, um, I don't care if they got that fucking job, who gets that job. I don't see any legitimacy of their authority or their self-proclaimed authority, and their self-proclaimed jurisdiction over me and everyone else. You know, because I mean, it's like I ask any law enforcement officer or government official, um, a simple question. Hold on, let me grab it. Hold on. So, all right, check this out. Now, see, this is what the thing is. I actually I asked this question for any law enforcement or government official. Um, this question basically, because I know they operate under the presumption slash claim that uh, if I'm or anyone is physically in Florida or wherever, then the laws of the state government apply to me or anyone, and there is jurisdiction over me or anyone. Okay? The question, because that's their presumption slash claim that government officials and law enforcement have. I would like to actually have any law enforcement officer or any government official actually provide some evidence to support this claim. Like, and what I mean by evidence is relevant facts. Not legal opinions, not legal citations or arguments, just facts. All right. Facts of this that support this claim that they have jurisdiction over me and everyone. And just because I'm on this fucking land we call Florida or wherever I'm at. All right. And the thing is, they don't have any because they work under contract law. They want you to believe because you have a birth certificate, therefore the contract, you are supposed to abide by the contract no matter what the terms are. Because the government created the contract. That's bullshit. In contract law, all parties have to be fully aware and knowledgeable of the contract. You're an infant. You have no knowledge of this contract. So therefore the contract is null and void from the beginning. All right. So there is no jurisdiction. There is none authority over any of us unless we, commit a crime, and that has to leave a victim for it to be a crime. None of this fucking victimless shit calling it crimes. No, a crime leaves a victim where you damaged life, liberty, or property. That's a crime. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. When it comes down to these motherfuckers, and that's the thing too, man. We the people are the last line of defense. Our national security, basically, the last line of defense of this country. That's why the militia is a necessity. Okay? Every single person on this fucking land in here can be part of a militia or is the militia because we are the last line of defense from anything, tyranny, or any other invading country. All right? That's why other countries for centuries have fallen. Is because they're under one ruler, and once you take that ruler out, they pretty much disperse or they don't know what to fucking do and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean? And it's so easy to just put your own guy in there and just take over the kind of like the whole corporation. See, this country, they want you to believe that this fucking government, this thing calling itself a government, is legit. It's not. It's a fucking foreign corporation posing as our government. All right. We are under a state of martial law occupied by this foreign corporation calling itself the United States in all capital letters. 28 USC 3002 Section 15. The thing is, man, to make America great again is go back to when America was great. And before this bullshit fucking government or this bullshit corporation came into play. You know, we got to go back to the original, go back to the beginning, because this bullshit that it's fucking morphed into is nothing but a totalitarian fucking police state bullshit. And now they're basically pawning us off like slave labor to this new world order thing. You know, you got a bunch of these assholes that think they know better than the rest of us sitting around a table deciding our lives. And they're willing to use force, violence, coercion, and compelling you into doing it all for yourselves. A lot of you. A lot of you actually, all they got to do is just ask, and you're like, okay, I'll do that. You know, I was having a conversation with this fucking twat waffle Crinkle last night over on Shady's fucking channel, and I was sitting there mentioning the Matrix movie. He's like, you know, that one character in the Matrix movie that turned everybody in just so he can get that steak dinner and put back into the Matrix. I'd be that guy. That's who I would be. You know, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, you would actually sit there and narc out these people around you for a fucking steak dinner. And yeah, he's all in for that kind of thing. But I'm sitting there thinking, he's not the only one. That just happens to be one little fucking twat waffle that would. And he lives in the UK. But I know people here in the US that would do that shit. They would rat your ass out for some reason or other just so they can get a damn steak dinner out of it. Yeah, we were sold. We were sold a long time ago. Yep. They sold us off, sold us out. You motherfuckers. And they try to man, this is another thing too, man. It's like that's what drives me nuts about the school system. I knew it was fucking wrong. See, they don't teach you to be free people. School system teaches you to be communist. Teaches you to be a obedient worker. It doesn't teach you to be a free person, free man or woman. I've said this before, and I've been to a bunch of different schools and shit, but hell, they really didn't teach me about even like the Constitution all that much. You know, through like social studies or whatever, and her history, or whatever. I mean, they taught us that, or taught me anyway. When I was going through school, they just pretty much taught me it existed. They didn't really, you know, go into depth about the Constitution or even like the Federalist Papers or Anti-Federalist Papers that came before it and all that shit. They didn't do any of that shit. I mean, but I also didn't get into college, which I don't really care about. But you know, because I'm actually, you know, proud of my years extension into school. I didn't have very much of it because I mean, honestly, man, it's not really teaching you to be the right type of people. It's teaching everybody to be communist. Good little fuckers. You know, and you think about it, the ones that put you up for collateral for the debt that they created want you to just sit there and be obedient and comply and don't resist. You know, stop resisting, you little shits out there. Just comply. Just comply. it's interesting, man. Um, and what gets me is like the vast majority. I know, and I feel it in my heart and my gut. I know that the majority of people out there that are, totally these, you know, believing in all this crap out there when it comes down to this fucking socialist, communist fucking ideology. I know they feel. I know they know it in the deepness part of their heart and their soul that they're wrong. This is wrong, but yet they still do it, and they get in this herd mentality bullshit. I mean, why don't we get into a herd mentality of freedom? You know, I would like a like a herd mentality of freedom in people's minds, just like burning like a fucking brush fire that just would not quit. You can't put it out. That's what I want in people. You know, I can't save the fucking world, and I don't claim I have the answer to save the fucking world. I just think it would be really nice if everybody started fucking wanting freedom instead of fucking being, slaves. You know, I know it's so much easier to be a slave. It's so much easier to just comply. Just so much easier, man. Yeah. Yep. See, anarchism. There's a quote from somebody. I can't remember her name right offhand. What was it Emma? Emma Goldman, I think it was, if I remember correctly, or yeah, Goldman or something. Um, Anarchism is the liberation of the human mind from the dominion of religion, liberation of the human body from the dominion of property, the liberation from shackles from the restraint of government. It stands for the social order based on free grouping of free individuals. And that's one of the best uh, uh, articulated example of what anarchism truly is. But the thing is, man, the reason why the ruling class do not want anarchism because they want to continue to be your ruler. They want to make it, they want to demonize it, like, and put this image in most people's minds that there's this Molotov cocktails being thrown and shit like that. But yes, that is probably will happen because these motherfuckers want to be your rulers, and they will use absolutely whatever means necessary to continue to be your rulers, even if it means killing you. So yes, well, I'm gonna tell you something. Self-defense can be very fucking violent, and violence can be used for good. And the thing is, man, it's like nobody wants it. I mean, decent people don't want this shit. They don't want to they just want to be left alone, live their lives, and all that stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. These fuckers, they want to rule the world, and they want you to just comply and make their lives fucking cushy as fuck. Because that's exactly what it is. I mean, it's kind of like Garrett, what you're talking about, the Rolex. I mean, seriously, man. That's not what you're supposed to be in a politician fucking position to become a fucking billionaire. You know what I mean? These people think that they're fucking the ruling class. They think they are the royals of America. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers need to be put down in their place. And that is the fucking servants' fucking position, because that is their place. And that has to happen. But the only thing is that we, the people, have to actually take it upon ourselves to actually, you know, police this fucking crap. You know? But they take advantage of that because they've been instilled so much fear into people's fucking minds to even think about questioning or even trying to overthrow its will. You know? And for decades, they've been putting the infrastructure in to get it to where it is today. You know? All this infrastructure they've been putting in for the past 30 years, this is where it is now. I mean, you think about it. We allow them to fucking continue to put more infrastructure in and continue tightening in their plan for the next 30 years. Where do you think we're going to be then? You know? Yeah. I know. That's the thing. That's and I know Garrett's probably, you know, knows that shit, but that's the thing. It's like it's done on purpose. It's done on purpose. Because quite honestly, man, I even see an angle where they're doing this just so people will fucking want to vote Trump in, because they got Trump to do something in the future. There's that angle also, that he is not the one that's going to save everybody, and it could be the second term, just because they gotten people so pissed off, and they knew it was a lot better when Trump was, so they're all going to fucking go for fucking Trump, no matter what fucking happens, whatever. Or, I don't know, the whole goddamn thing's going to explode before all that shit happens. Who knows? Because, I mean, quite honestly, like I said, that 80-year cycle, sometime in the 2020s is when that 80-year cycle happens. And so something big is bound to happen anyway. Yeah. Just one of them things, man. I was sitting there, it's like irritating the shit out of me. I can't believe fucking Biden was like, to all you Floridians down there, you know, I want you to be prepared for that hurricane and all that stuff. And the best way to prepare for that is get the jab. I'm like, you fucking stupid motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. Boy, you just can't fix stupid. Can you, Cindy? You just can't fucking fix stupid. And everybody has a right to be fucking stupid. That's your right. If you want to be fucking stupid, that's your fucking right. Doesn't mean I gotta fucking like it or fucking accept it either. I can fucking make fun of you. It's my right also. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not only that, it was the fucking Operation Warp Speed. Along with those, fucking Cindy. That was, I mean, not only that. I mean, put it this way, I have it marked on a calendar when he announced the national fucking state of national state of emergency or whatever. When that actually was uttered out of his mouth in public, a lot of things kicked in, and a lot of that stuff never got basically turned off. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff turned on, you know, a lot of policies, a lot of fucking agencies and stuff like that get kicked in. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that actually was handed over to the CDC, you know. A lot of that stuff has not been put back to where it was. It's still in play. And so we're under a state of martial law right now. The thing is like you just don't see soldiers on the street right yet. But the thing is this is a telltale sign too. When the boys in camouflage do start coming around, all right, if it gets hot and heavy to the point where the boys in camouflage start coming around, this is the best way to tell what state of what level of martial law we're at, or at least wherever you see the boys in camouflage. All right, so if you start seeing them and none of them have any weapons on them, that's a very low level of martial law. Okay, now if you see these guys with sidearms, that's a medium. Now if these guys are packing rifles and sidearms at the ready kind of shit, that's a high level martial law. That is a telltale sign on what status you're in at that moment if you happen to start seeing these boys in camouflage. All right. Yeah, exactly, Cindy. That's another problem. You know what I mean? It's this unelected bullshit, bureaucrat fucking bullshit that fucking, calling shots. This is fucking bullshit. That's not how this country is founded and how it's supposed to be. And this is illegal. This is traitorous bullshit. And that's the thing. And that's what's pissing me off is that we, the people, need enforcement to put these people and try them, because quite honestly, we have the lawful right to hold our own court. Cindy, for instance, I can't remember how many's in a jury, like a regular federal jury, like trial. Like you got a jury sitting there. How many is that? 15 people or 20 people? I can't remember how many people's in a jury. But let's just say for shits and giggles, let's say it's 15 people that has to be in a jury, to a jury, to do a jury trial, whatever. Let's just say that. But if we had 15 people out here on a live stream, that would be considered a jury. We can have court right here on a fucking live stream, and lawfully, and it would be lawful. All right. That's the thing. It's like these motherfuckers want to make us believe that we have no true power. We the people do have the power. We the people are the sovereign. Each one of us are born sovereign, and only the sovereign can give authority to this so-called legal fiction called a government. All right. This legal fiction only exists on paper. It's not real. We the people are real flesh and blood. All right. And that's the fucking thing is like they want us to believe the opposite. That this fucking legal fiction written on paper is the sovereign, and we're just the fucking serfs. Bullshit. And we need to fucking actually, I mean, that's the thing. It's like just that whole thing needs to be flipped, man, because that's the way it was supposed to be in the beginning is, and they've flipped it basically ever since fucking Lincoln. Ever since Lincoln, it's been gradually flipped to where it is now. I mean, seriously, it's been, one step at a time, at a slow fucking burn, because they're not thinking like, 5-10 years in the future. They're thinking like 100, 200, 300 years into the future. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. You know what I mean? Anyway. Dude, that's another thing too, Cindy. I was going to make a video about this the other day, but down in Lynn Haven out here outside of Panama City, or right on the edge of Panama City, I've been noticing all these fucking new solar-powered cameras. All right? It's nothing but a camera and a solar panel fucking hooked up to it. And I've been noticing them randomly fucking being placed in different areas, and they're just brand new stuff. They'll like strap this camera onto a damn telephone pole, and it's got a solar panel, and then boom. I'm not even sure where these are not like regular street cameras that are on like the street lights and stuff, the stoplights. No, these are just in random areas, different areas, and random shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this going on? What is going on with this now? You know what I mean? And it's funny too, because you see all these guys that are doing these First Amendment orders and stuff like that, and and they go up to government buildings, and government officials just fucking freak out because they're being videotaped. I'm like, motherfuckers, nobody asked me that I want to be fucking videotaped with all these goddamn fucking cameras around the fucking town. Like I can't even go at every single stoplight has got 4 fucking cameras on it. And then there's another camera off to the side that's recording everything to every fucking part of the damn traffic. And then on top of that, there's more of these fucking cameras going up there, fucking this and that and this and that. I mean, hell, I don't like that shit either. You know what I mean? So, I mean, why in the fuck, why even get this fucking big ass deal about it? Everybody's on fucking camera pretty much every so many damn times a day, and all these damn fucking government officials, evidently they got something to hide. I mean, because evidently they are truly doing a criminal act, and they don't want to be recorded doing it. And if there is any recording, they want to have full control over that recording. You know what I mean? So they can't fucking get that out to the public because the perception. That's their whole angle, is the perception of this and that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, naming things like the Patriot Act, which was totally not patriotic in any way, or the interest rate reduction act, which didn't fucking reduce shit. And and they're wanting to hire all these fucking IRS agents. You know what I mean? I mean, this fucking shit, it's like the title of the fucking bills does exactly the opposite of what the bill actually does or is fucking in it. It's fucking bullshit, man. It's just like, and so, I mean, you can literally listen to a politician or listen to any of these motherfucking politicians. I really don't give a shit really who it is. You can almost listen to it, any of them. And whatever comes out of their mouth is the exact opposite is probably what they're going to do, because I actually, I look at a lot of people's actions, because the actions do speak a lot louder than words. And these motherfuckers are just a bunch of fucking hot air. You can almost guarantee whatever they're saying or whatever they're promising, they're going to do the exact opposite. Yeah, IRS with guns. They've actually got what is it? The education, the Bureau of Education or whatever, are actually armed now. I mean, Department of Education. Yeah, Department of Education. They've bought they've actually acquired a bunch of weapons and ammunition also. It's pretty interesting that the IRS and the Department of Education needs to have weapons. But anyway, it's not like they're going to go out and fucking hand guns out to every teacher. No, hell fucking no. But they need to have, Department of Education needs to fucking have a shitload of guns and weapons, though. Ammunition, though. Oh, yeah. It's interesting. See, that's the thing, man. I was sitting there reminded about this a while back ago. I was in Miami quite a few years back. And I was down there by the beach, and I happened to meet this woman, this older lady, and come to find out, she was actually she was in one of those concentration camps from back in Nazi Germany and shit. And she had like the number tattoo, on her arm and stuff. And she was, we were sitting there having a conversation and talking and stuff. She was telling me stories from back when all that stuff was going on, and she wanted to give me like one hint of advice, and this is basically a hint of advice for all us Americans. Her one bit of advice that she had for basically every one of us is, don't ever give up your fucking guns. Don't ever give up your guns, because that was the first thing that happened is in Nazi Germany. They disarmed the public, and then they mass murdered millions. So that was her hint and her advice to me at the time, but that's basically advice for everybody here in America. Don't ever give up your guns. Because, I mean, seriously, what they're trying to pull right now is exactly what the British monarchy back in the day tried to do. You know what I mean? It's exactly what they tried to do back in the day to the colonists. All right, and this is all bullshit. You know, and it's the reason why people put the Second Amendment in there is because they just fought a war for 2 fucking years. You know, and I sure as hell knew this was very possible. This shit's all going to happen again if we don't fucking watch it. And see where we're at now. I mean, but most people are too fucking busy doing other shit. Too busy fucking fighting amongst themselves over bullshit. You know, literally. Yeah. Well, and like I said, that was a hint of advice from somebody that was in a concentration camp. And she's like, "Yep, nope, don't give up your guns." So yeah, but that generation is pretty much dying off. You know what I mean? That generation that actually was there and saw it with their own eyes are pretty much all dying off, if not already, pretty much all died off already. But you know, there's probably a couple of them still around. I don't know, but she was quite old even when I met her, and I met her. You know, that was probably like 15 years ago. So she was an older woman. There is no fucking skip anymore. All the skip has gone away. All the skip's gone away. Anyway, now I'm just kind of just sitting here talking. But anyway, I probably run my mouth long enough, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down, y'all. Hey, Cindy, I appreciate you still, hanging out and coming in. And was it Garrett? Definitely, man. I appreciate you coming in if you're still in. Was it Andy? Andy came in. I don't know if she's still in here or not, but I appreciate you coming in too. And everybody else that came in and didn't comment or anything like that, I appreciate you coming in and kind of hanging out for a minute or whatever. And maybe one of these nights, man, when I got just some shit to talk about. I don't know, man. A lot of this stuff, man, when I start talking about it, it's just like what I should do is kind of like make a list of topics and stuff. But I don't know. Because, I mean, there's some things that strike me every so often. I'm just like, they're just fucking stupid. So I got to talk about it. But, yeah. So that's the thing, Cindy. I'm going to tell you, man. I mean, those stories from those people that lived it, or dying, going away, and that's the thing, too, that knowledge. That's another thing. I know damn well a lot of these people that come in from Cuba and stuff like that do not want any of this socialist communist shit, and I mean, and there's a bunch of them Cubans that come in through Miami and all that stuff too. They pretty much, they get out of Miami, but they come through Miami, but there's still a bunch of them down there too. But still, the voting base down there is still kind of mostly Democrat, but just crazy, man, because a lot of them guys, man, a lot of these people coming from these other countries, they tend to vote conservative or something like the right wing, because they don't want that shit. They left the fucking country to get away from that shit, and quite honestly, and we, start not only these people that are coming in illegally, shipping them back off to these other countries, start shipping off fucking people that are from America that want communism to start shipping them off to communist countries if that's what they want. Yeah, yeah. Why not, man? You know. Anyway. Well, the thing is, Cindy, you know, history is written by the victors. Don't you think it's time that we become the victors and write history for ourselves? I mean, anyway. I'm going to let it go. This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio. I'll be back out. Y'all have a good evening.